All right. Here we are, brothers. Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be watching the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, the last White House Correspondents' Dinner ended because a far-left domestic terrorist, somebody that was likely a Hassan Piker fan, decided to try to storm the event armed with weapons. And, in chat, Heinrich says, didn't they already do this? No. If you recall, the last White House Correspondents' Dinner was interrupted by a deranged leftist that tried to assassinate the president. This is the rescheduled event. This is the event that is going on right now. Brothers, so we are tuning in to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. This is the rescheduled one, because if you recall, the last one was interrupted by a far-left radical activist that tried to assassinate the president, basically stormed into the event armed with weapons, and that was an absolute disaster. But this is the redo. And so we're going to be tuning in, we're going to be watching it, we're going to be seeing how the night goes. There's the man of the hour, Donald John Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Joint Armed Forces Color Guard from the Military District of Washington, D.C., and the singing of our national anthem by Master Gunnery Sergeant Kevin Benier.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome CBS News White House correspondent, President of the White House Correspondents Association, Weijia Zhang.
Good evening, everybody. Let's try this again. Because the one thing about this press corps is we always have a follow-up. Welcome to the 2026 White House Correspondents' Dinner, a tradition spanning more than a century and one we are especially proud to continue tonight. You came as guests, but within moments, you went to work. Please sit. You shifted into reporters, taking notes, capturing video, streaming live, even as uncertainty and anxiety filled the room. And Mr. President, you went straight to the podium in the White House briefing room to answer questions from journalists, all of us still in our gowns and tuxedos. That night will go down in history, and so will our response. During that news conference, President Trump said the ballroom was totally unified and that it was a very beautiful thing to see. 3 months later, it still is. Whatever may divide us, we stand together against political violence.
It was not unified. No.
An assassination attempt on our president is an attack on democracy itself. Tonight,
I got some tepid applause. Yeah,
Tonight,
listen to that. An attack on our president is an attack on democracy. They got a tepid applause. That wasn't a standing ovation because they don't agree with it. Because these scum-sucking vultures in the media, if Donald Trump would have been assassinated, oh my God, they would have been over the moon. They would have been so happy if Trump had been assassinated because of the rhetoric that they pump out. Oh my gosh. That would have been better than sex for them. Oh my gosh. You have no idea. These people in the media, they would be gleeful and gloating if Donald Trump got assassinated. Well, maybe his rhetoric, maybe if he had toned down his rhetoric, maybe if he had kissed the ring of the media, he wouldn't be in that position. You do not hate these people enough. I'm telling you.
Just this. We are back. We will not be intimidated. We refuse to let an act of violence have the final word. Later, we will honor people whose courage and grace in April prevented the evening from becoming much worse. We'll also celebrate the exceptional work of our colleagues, the students who want to join our ranks, and the First Amendment that protects it all. But first, enjoy dinner and be good to your servers. We'll see you soon.
All right, well, we're not going to watch them eat. Okay, so now they're eating. We don't want to watch these people eat. These people have been feasting off of the backs of the American people for years.
Whatever brought you here tonight, this evening is dedicated to the First Amendment and the excellent work of our colleagues and scholars. President Trump, you are joining us tonight for the second time in 3 months.
The media doesn't believe in the First
Amendment.
Amendment.
Don't take that lightly. Thank you. Thank you again to Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt and the White House press team. Thanks to the relentless WHCA board members, our executive director, Steve Thoma, and our general counsel, Simon Lakovich, for your hard work and friendship. I have to say thank you again to my CBS News family for enduring a second round of dinner planning. And of course, my family, I love you so much. Our entertainer, mentalist, Oz Perlman, is also back with us. Thank you, Oz. For the record, he did guess Caroline's baby's name right last time, and we can't wait to see what you reveal. But you can skip the part where you guess the president's phone number because half the reporters in this room already have it.
Okay.
Finally, on behalf of the White House Correspondents Association, I also want to thank supporters from around the world, across the political spectrum, who sent well wishes after a shooting interrupted our event in April. Many of you are joining us on live stream, and C-SPAN is the crew, as it was that night. Photographers and technicians were under the stairs where the shooter was, but they never stopped rolling their cameras and transmitting live footage, despite the circumstances. Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome to the 2026 White House Correspondents' Dinner.
But that celebration was stopped by a single gunman in an apparent attempt to assassinate the president.
I heard the loud bangs that were going off. It was extremely frightening. I was only a few feet away.
We were all told to just get under the tables. And at first, some of the White House officials did too.
A whole rush of people started to come up towards the front door.
On a night when we are thinking about the freedoms in the First Amendment.
You know what? You know what really hits me? These media personalities, they're just streamers. They're basically just streamers. There's no prestige to what they do. They're basically just IRL streamers. That's it. I mean, there's the same sort of just nasty, sort of uncouth behavior. Yeah, it really dawns on me that when these people don't have like a $1 billion, setup, when they're actually just doing their thing, they're not interesting. They're not entertaining. They're not funny. They're not intelligent. They're immoral. They're crass. They're loud. They're selfish. They're greedy. You do not hate these people enough. I'm gonna keep hitting on that because it's true. And a lot of people want to give the media a pass. No, we're not doing that.
We must also think about how fragile they are.
And that was very unexpected.
The president and the White House press corps proved resilient.
This was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way, it did.
So we are together again tonight, proving our resolve and unyielding fortitude. And to celebrate America at 2:50.
Hello from 1789. I'm James Madison. Yes, that James Madison. I wrote the First Amendment. At the time, we worried a king might control the press. Turns out you're now worried about tweets. algorithms, and people yelling on television. Let me clarify the rule. The government doesn't get to shut the press up, not when it's wrong, not when it's annoying, and not when it's asking uncomfortable questions.
The First Amendment and the freedom of the press, it is the foundation of our democracy.
The freedom that we have to speak our mind, to share our views, share what we know.
It's just so remarkable that we're able to question.
Yeah. By the way, they're featuring a bunch of women, which already a bad start. But the First Amendment protects the press even when they're wrong. Well, they're mostly wrong. They're mostly wrong. And it shouldn't protect them when they're knowingly wrong, and they're knowingly wrong a lot, and when they collude, and when they cover up stories. They don't do any investigative journalism and come up with a conclusion. No, there should be consequences. The First Amendment should not protect the press from when they collude with foreign governments, or when they collude with each other, or Democrats. No, absolutely not. It's absurd. No, there should be a consequence for that. They should lose their license.
Our world leaders question the most powerful man in the world because of the First Amendment.
As we mark the 250th anniversary of our birth, I'm hopeful that people throughout the country will come together to discuss the importance of this history and to appreciate even more what our ancestors did to secure our liberty and freedoms, including freedom of the press.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Well, I see we're trying a new experiment this morning. I hope it doesn't prove to be a disturbing influence.
Our goal is to try to rock the boat, and we're supported by the First Amendment. I hope Ike would be proud of us.
Are taking control of Iran's world?
We have a very vigorous group of people representing all different points of view, including a lot of the foreign press.
Daqui a pouco, o presidente Donald Trump.
I just told him I've got to come over and
All
see
right,
the
we're
fake news.
jumping ahead.
And a vibrant
Fuck these people.
Free press. Political violence must have no home in America.
Don't tell that to Hassan Piker. Don't tell
And
that to Hassan.
journalism can serve us well to broaden understanding, to shed light, and to inform our decisions, especially in this age of fast-moving information that can reinforce our divisions. And we are grateful to have President Trump here tonight taking part in this tradition that recognizes the essential role of a free press in our democracy. Thank you, President Trump.
Yeah,
The events of that night also revealed the resilience of this press corps, the all-American sense of resolve that no act of intimidation
What the hell is
will
she
silence
wearing?
us, and the endurance of the First
That's
Amendment.
one of the most
And we're
gaudy
gathered here
things
tonight
I've
because
ever
we
seen.
believe that a free press always finds a way forward. And it is in that spirit that the WHCA Service Award was established to recognize exceptional service to this association, and it is fitting that one of the two awards that we are giving tonight goes to the staff of the Washington Hilton. They are hospitality professionals who always put service first.
Man.
As harrowing events unfolded that night, their courage was on full display. The kitchen workers, the ballroom wait staff remained at their posts. When President Trump urged that the evening should continue, they prepared to serve more than 2,600 guests while they were still processing the shock alongside all of us. And when the Secret Service made the necessary call to postpone the remainder of the program, they immediately pivoted, preserving every unserved meal and donating them to local shelters. And many of these dedicated professionals have worked dozens of White House Correspondents' dinners since this event first moved to the Washington Hilton in 1968. And 58 years later, we are deeply grateful for their partnership. We are proud of the history that we've built together, and we are excited to return to the Washington Hilton next year, stronger than ever. Please welcome the Washington Hilton's General Manager, Ken Jarka, and Catering Manager, Karen Piquetis, to accept the WHCA President's Award for Exceptional Service on behalf of the entire Washington Hilton.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, the workers get an award. That's nice. All right, let's jump ahead.
1,000 people, including many from new media outlets. Our press corps covers the presidency at all hours of the day. In their personal lives, they miss out on a lot so that the world doesn't have to. If you're a
Oh my gosh. Is this really the Hassan Piker? Guys, my job is difficult. You know, it's more difficult for me to stream than working 9 to 5. Is that really what this is going to be? Guys, some people in the press, they cover Trump 24/7, and that's a tough sacrifice on their part. Get out of here. They're liars. They're lying, manipulative snakes. They should be in jail, honestly. They should be in prison. If we're being honest, probably half the people in that room should be in prison. Last girl thinks she's Sydney Sweeney, but falls flat. Yeah, maybe.
Past WHCA president here tonight, please stand.
Thank you for the donation, my friend. All right, here we
Board
go.
members, please stand.
Here we go. What a
Our
bold
chief White House correspondents, please stand. All current White House correspondents, reporters, producers, photographers, visual and audio journalists, please stand.
Huge clapping for yourselves.
Together tonight. This is the part of the dinner each year that I look forward to the most. We have an incredible group of young journalists with us who are the recipients of this year's White House Correspondents Association scholarships. Since 1991, the WHCA has awarded scholarships to hundreds of journalism students. This year, we are helping fund the education of 30. Let me pull out my remarks here. 30 students from strengthen a new generation of journalists. Because of the commitment and your support, past WHCA scholarship recipients are now doing amazing things in journalism. We tracked some of them down to tell us about their work today.
Oh, I can only imagine. Let's see.
Being a White House Correspondents Association scholar opened up a new world for me.
Being a scholar meant that I could have the financial freedom to do what I wanted.
Being a WHCA scholar
You guys notice the trend? They're all women.
gave me access to so many mentors and a world of opportunities here in Washington, D.C. It gave me the chance to
Are you guys noticing a trend here? Okay. We've got four women, 3 of them of color. Are you noticing a trend here?
Connect with other journalists, other members of
Come on, can we get one guy?
association.
Are they
Journalism
gonna...
is important. And
That's 5. That's 5, guys. All women. Huh. Isn't that incredible? So you give a scholarship. Where's the equality? Where's the equality? Where's the half women, half men? No, it's just all women. You don't hate the media enough.
And especially here at the White House, where every day, every hour, every minute even matters. The decisions that are made here impact people across the country and around the world.
The idea that you get to be a part of the first draft of history, it
Is that 6?
all is extremely inspiring and drives me as a journalist.
There are so many pinch me moments covering the White House, watching world leaders arrive here, walking into the press briefing room, getting to see Marine One land on the South Lawn, and getting to ask the President of the United States a question directly. Being selected as a White House Correspondents Association scholar has played a huge role in my career.
I was there as President Biden gave a toast to the freedom of the press, and also as Kim Kardashian strutted across the runway and posed for pictures
Yeah. Yep.
among a room full of talented journalists.
The stars, the outfits, the photographs. And I remember, too, that was the year that...
What? Where am I?
That Brittany Griner had just returned home, and so being able to see her was really emotional.
Brittany Griner.
I was also inspired looking around at all the different scholars and how excited they were, and I think...
What? Oh, good God, no. This is the problem. Guys, this is the problem. This needs to be done away with. This is haram, okay? What are you doing? Oh my gosh. This is the problem. Wow. Yeah. This is why the press needs to be disenfranchised. Look at this. This is their worldview. They think this is progress. Unreal.
Their excitement influenced my excitement about it.
And it really was an eye-opening experience about just how important this role is. This White House press corps is not a mythical world. It exists, and it is something that I can aspire to be a part of.
And I owe a lot of credit to the WHCA for getting me here. So many journalists involved in this organization were willing to chat with me, to invest in me, and it's a cycle. Because of what they were able to pass on, I hope that I can play a role in doing that for the next generation as well.
I can tell you, this year's scholarship recipients are also really impressive. And they're all sitting right over there. Let's meet them. Please stand as I read your name. From American University, Louisa Clausen. From Arizona State University, George Headley, Elisa Horton, and Kyle Zakinski. From Hampton University, Kristen Fluellen and Jade Abubakar. From Howard University, Tatiana Allen and Madison Maynard and Sanyu Lakoma. From Iowa State University, Eric Anderson. From Northwestern University, Jacques Aburizik, Caitlin Bender-Thomas, Samantha Freeman. From Iowa University, Nyla Gilbert, Aidan Ryan, Emily Stokes. From Princeton University, Ina Marcia. From Sagrado Corazon University in Puerto Rico, Iana Sotovalle. From Syracuse University, Ben Bassick. From the University of California, Berkeley, Hae-Yoon Cho. From the University of Kansas, Julia Hansen. From the University of Maryland, Laura Charleston, Lillian Gray, Dana Matthews, Ashley Nehra. From the University of Missouri, Callie Fowler, Tyler Kirwan, Fletcher Mantooth. And from the University of Tennessee, Abigail Fanning. Congratulations, scholars. Please be seated. There's one more scholarship that requires special attention. This year, we've added a new scholarship at New York University that has been named in honor of the legendary CBS News White House correspondent, Mark Knoller. As you all know, Mark passed away in August. And if you needed to know how many times the president had been to Camp David, or went on vacation, or played golf, Mark Knoller always had the facts. And he was always willing to share. To remember Mark, and to commemorate the new WHCA scholarship at his alma mater, NYU, here is a tribute put together by his friend and CBS News chief correspondent, Major Garrett.
I'm Mark Knoller, CBS News, and you could say that I'm kind of the CBS News numbers man at the White House.
You could say that, but that's less than half the story.
Can you justify your role?
Mark did keep a log of presidential actions, everything from speeches and press conferences to vacations and foreign trips.
By my count, President Obama had 65 domestic trips in 2010, spanning 104 days.
Knoller's numbers were so precise, White House aides used them to backfill or correct their own records. Historians and journalists came to rely on Knoller's database, which he never hoarded, always shared.
Knoller.
Mark Knoller. Knoller considered that database the heartbeat of the presidency. To understand and cover a president, you had to know and remember all of a president's actions.
President Obama does like to play golf. Since taking office, he has played golf 57 times.
I'll be glad to answer a couple of questions. Mark Knoller, are you with us?
You bet.
Those who watched Knoller work were left in awe. Every White House reporter logs long hours. None logged as many as Knoller.
I'm one of those lucky people that gets to work at something he loves doing, and so I really don't feel as though I'm sacrificing anything, spending long days here.
Prolific and accurate reporting, Mark Knoller's hallmarks, which served the presidency and the nation well.
We are honored to be able to add a new scholarship in Mark's name in partnership with NYU's Arthur L. Clarke Journalism Institute. And even more happy to announce that the first recipient of the Mark Knoller Scholarship is Avril Silva. Please stand, Avril. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's WHCA scholarship students. When you see them tonight, offer them advice and offer them jobs. Many of them are already doing amazing journalism. They're all superstars. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the chief correspondent for ABC News, the co-anchor of ABC's This Week, and a former president of the White House Correspondents Association, Jonathan Karl.
Not quite yet, actually. Sorry about that. John? You're gonna have to wait a second. We have a lot to celebrate this evening, everyone. We want to give a special thanks to those who value the work that we do, the freedoms that we stand for, including Paramount, the Emerson Collective, and the Knight Foundation. All of them made donations to the WHCA after our April dinner was interrupted. And it is, by the way, our one fundraiser of the year. Their support will help our scholarship programs and our general operations in the next year. Thank you all very much. All right, now it is my pleasure to introduce two former White House correspondents who have served this association with distinction. They exemplify excellence in our field. They will help us recognize tonight's award winners. Jonathan Karl is the chief chief.
Thank you for the donation, Heinrich. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate your support. You make me able to do stuff like this, so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And the channel thanks you too.
Washington correspondent for ABC News. He is the co-anchor of This Week, and he is a former president of the WHCA. He's got over 3 decades of experience in Washington. He's covered 4 presidents, 14 press secretaries, and just about every major beat in the city. And through it, he has earned many of journalism's highest honors, including some of the very awards that we are presenting tonight. But first, to recognize our journalism awards, we have one of the country's defining voices with us tonight, Wolf Blitzer.
Oh, gross. Boo!
Wolf is CNN's lead political anchor. He's the host of The Situation Room, and he's been a staple of CNN's political coverage since 1990, earning a reputation for steady, authoritative reporting on some of the most consequential moments in modern history, and earning multiple Emmy Awards himself for his distinguished career. Please welcome me in joining Wolf to the stage.
Oh boy, I can only imagine. Boo! 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 Boo!
Thank you very much for that really nice introduction. I'm so grateful. I'm so honored to be with all of you this evening.
Boo!
Each year, a panel of independent judges review dozens of entries for the 5 major WHCA Journalism Awards. And it's my honor tonight to announce this year's winners. And I'd like to point out that this is really a special night for me. I don't know if many of you were at the first White House Correspondents Association dinner in April, but for me, it was very memorable indeed. And I can report this time, after the first course, I did not go to the men's room.
Okay.
I've been to this dinner over these many, many years. I spent 7 years as a White House correspondent. And I just want to remember with real excitement and passion who often came with me to these dinners over these many years. And that was the man who hired me at CNN, the man who created CNN, the late Ted Turner, who recently passed away. And he was not only a mentor and a good friend, but he loved journalism.
He killed
When he hired
WCW.
me, he said, remember, Wolf, we're the cable news.
Listen here, we don't listen up, chump. We don't praise Ted Turner around here. He killed WCW. He drove it into the ground. He didn't let Eric Bischoff do what he needed to do. And as a result, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, drove wrestling into the ground. No, I'm just memeing a little bit, but yeah, no, I don't have any love for Ted Turner.
Aldo Beckman goes to, and let's give him a big round of applause, Josh Dawsey of the Wall Street Journal.
Okay. Okay. That's a big boy. That's a big boy.
The judges said Josh Dawsey shows us how power works inside the presidency.
Woo!
And over the past year, his reporting has revealed how decisions are made, who influences them, and how power is exercised at the highest levels. Josh Dawsey went far beyond the deluge of breaking news to offer invaluable insights that can only result from deeply sourced enterprise reporting. In the tradition of Aldo Beckman, he exemplifies integrity, persistence, and a steadfast commitment to holding power to account. Ladies and gentlemen, the WHCA is pleased to give the Aldo Beckman Award to Josh Dawsey.
Guys, I think that Donald Trump is buying him off with some McDonald's. I think Donald Trump is paying this guy off with McDonald's, some Big Macs. Just like Frogan, how many Big Macs does it take to buy this guy off?
Let's continue with the awards. Thank you. The WHCA gives out 2 awards for reporting under deadline pressure, one for print and one for broadcast. This year's print winner is Amar Madhani and Zeke Miller of the Associated Press.
Who?
When sources leaked that Trump administration officials were attempting to purge the National Security Council of staff deemed not sufficiently aligned with the president's agenda, Madhani and Miller quickly moved to verify the claim. They uncovered an unprecedented vetting process. NSC staffers were asked about their past political contributions, voting records, and social media posts as a gauge of loyalty to the president. Ultimately, more than 150 NSC aides were removed, resulting in the loss of considerable foreign policy expertise. The story that Madhani and Miller produced is as consequential as it...
I mean, this guy is such a piece of shit. Like, Trump is gracious enough to have you fucking cockroaches there. And you sort of want to blindside him with a bullshit story like that. Fuck you. It's like these people are so contemptible. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal how contemptible these people are. They're all liars. They're all frauds. Like anything that goes up against the Democrat narrative, these people shut down immediately. They are not journalists. Do not make the mistake of thinking these people are actually journalists. They're not.
It is revelatory. Please welcome Zeke Miller accepting the award on behalf of the team.
What a scumbag. Oh, God. The guy looks gross. Oh, man. Don't shake his hand. You're going to catch something.
Now the Broadcast Award for Excellence Under Deadline Pressure. And this year's winner is my colleague and very good friend, Caitlin Collins of CNN.
What? Caitlin Collins winning an award? Are you insane? Oh my God, these people are disgusting. They're disgusting. They're gross. What do you mean Caitlin Collins won an award? What do you mean? What? Caitlin Collins? Are you mad? She couldn't even get the reporting at the last White House Correspondents' Dinner correctly. Man. These people want to try my patience.
Reporting by CNN's Caitlin Collins on a historic showdown in the Oval Office between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky launched a memorable day of nonstop insight and analysis, including her exclusive interview with the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Judges were awed by the depth of knowledge, access, and context that Caitlin brought to coverage of a meeting that unraveled.
I mean, these people are so pathetic.
Before the world's eyes. The WHCA is pleased to honor the deadline reporting of CNN's Caitlin Collins.
Disgusting. Do not shake her hand. No! No!
Let's give Caitlin another big round of applause.
No! Oh, Mr. President, no!
And now the award for excellence in presidential news coverage by visual journalists. This award recognizes a video or photojournalist for covering the presidency at the White House or in the field. And this year's award goes to Andrew Harnick of Getty Images.
Boo. These people
He
suck.
captured the moment an Oval Office visitor collapsed during an event. And from the judges, they say this: through sharp timing, layered composition, and visual irony, this photograph expertly documents a true split-screen moment in real time. The president's orientation and posture inadvertently echo the statue to his right, while the other half of the frame is defined by movement. A truly striking image of contrast, skillfully captured in a chaotic moment. Please join me in congratulating.
Yeah, basically, these people are such pieces of shit. You know, Trump's biggest mistake, one of his biggest mistakes, is his continuing effort to court these people, and I'm here to tell you, okay, I'm here to tell you, you don't need to court these people, you need to crush these people. That's what you need to do. You don't need to court them. You don't need to go, oh well, you know, maybe we give them a chance. No, absolutely not. Like, enough is enough. These people have had all these opportunities. And just, like, this is despicable, what they're doing. As always. As always. Unbelievable.
Getty Images photographer Andrew Harnick, who also represents still photographers on the WHCA board.
Yeah, you can go take that glass rod and shove it right up your monkey ass. God, it's so gross. Do not shake his hand. God.
There are more.
He's
and now
too
the
gracious for
Katharine
these
Graham
people.
Award for Courage and Accountability, named for the legendary Washington Post publisher, and it comes with a prize of $10,000. This year's award goes to the Wall Street Journal. The Journal's courageous reporting on President Trump's past relationship with financier Jeffrey Epstein triggered the release of the so-called Epstein files, thousands of documents that might otherwise have remained hidden from the public. And despite the president's threat of a lawsuit, the Journal published a story about a provocative letter to Epstein bearing President Trump's signature. Trump quickly filed a...
Like, he needs to just leave. He needs to just leave. Why are you giving these absolute scumbags, why are you giving them the time of day? Like, holy crime, you need to just leave. You say, you know what, you people are fucking pathetic. And they are pathetic. Unreal. Unreal.
$20 billion lawsuit against the Journal, revealing reporter Khadija Safdar's home address. Her family had to be relocated. The Journal was kicked off of Air Force One, but the reporters continue to file revelatory stories. Please welcome the winners of the Katharine Graham Award from the Wall Street Journal. Khadija Safdar, Sadie Gurman, Annie Linsky, Josh Dawsey again, Alex Leary, Rebecca Ballhaus, and Ryan Barber. Their colleague, Joe Palazzolo, could not attend tonight.
Look at the beak on that guy. That girl. Oh, God. Yeah. What are you still doing there? What is the point of this? I'm serious. At this point, I'm asking, what is the point of this? These people are demonic subhuman freaks. These are lying, manipulative bastards that have betrayed this country over and over. Why are you still there? Why are you giving them any time of day? I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. At least the fat guy was nicest.
The Collier Prize for State Government Accountability is presented by the University of Florida College of Journalism and Communications. And this is the award's 7th year at dinner, and it comes with a check for $25,000. It's a lot of money. This year's award goes to CARE 11 in Minneapolis for its investigation, Housing Hustle. The investigation exposed a massive organized fraud scheme within Minnesota's Housing Stabilization Services Program, a Medicaid-funded safety net meant to help people with disabilities and those facing homelessness find and keep housing. Reporter A.J. Legault uncovered ethical and oversight breaches at the highest levels.
The
investigation drove sweeping state reforms and waves of federal probes and charges, said one Collier juror. CARE 11's rigorous and piercing investigation of Medicare fraud had undeniable impact, including the suspension of more than 130 companies from the ability to bill Medicaid, the state terminating the HSS program, the firing of the state official in charge, federal raids, subpoenas, indictments, and convictions, and enhanced screening, oversight, and suspension powers for regulators. Here to accept the award from CARE 11, our reporter A.J. Legault and producer Gary Knox.
Man, this is miserable to watch. I'm sorry, guys. This is miserable. Oh, man. Man, you don't hate these people enough. You really don't.
The Center for Integrity in News Reporting Award honors the most fair, impartial, objective news reporting by a member of the WHCA that has the courage to not fear and the discipline to not favor. It's sponsored and administered by the Arkansas-based Center for Integrity in News Reporting and comes with a prize of $25,000. The award goes to Tyler Pager of the New York Times. The judges said that in his coverage of the first year of President Trump's second term, Pager demonstrates a disciplined, even-handed approach across a wide range of subjects, including supporters and donors, foreign policy, the Justice Department, and energy. The stories take readers inside consequential presidential decisions while presenting the facts. The work is deeply sourced.
Trump said to demand Justice Department pay him $230 million for past cases.
And carefully verified, reflecting.
I can't. I'm disgusted. Like this is a pageant of these liars, these crooks, these frauds, these schemers, these traitors to America, these people that are just the absolute worst, parading around going, yeah, we were right. I don't know why Trump went to this. This is a major, major Trump L. Why are you going to this? Why are you giving light to this? These people are evil. These people have betrayed this country during COVID, during, the summer of love. These people are antithetical to this country. They need to be crushed. A lot of these people, Wolf Blitzer included, need to be put in jail. These people are not heroes. They're not, oh man, they're stalwart champions of free speech. They're not. They never have been and they never will be. These are empty suits that are parroting a left-wing anti-American agenda. And they're just so arrogant and so just full of conceit, they just move right along. Yeah, guys, we're going to give ourselves an award. Did we look into the 2020 election fraud or election fraud at all? No, we just pretend it didn't happen. Did we look into what happened in California? No, we just accept that it happened. No, we just say the line that no illegal alien, there's no evidence that illegal aliens are voting. Fuck you. Sincerely, fuck you. You people do not deserve an award. And you know what? I hope Trump puts on his own event. I hope that they create an award show for the media, but in reverse. The worst of the worst. Giving an award, having nominees and categories for the worst journalism of 2026 and before. That's what I want Trump to do. The Razzies or something like that, where you highlight the absolute worst in media.
A clear dedication to getting it right without bias. Taken together, this body of work stands as a strong example of fair, impartial, and objective journalism.
Bullshit.
Precisely the standard this award is intended to honor. Let's
award
named after two women who didn't just cover history, they helped make it.
Oh, gross.
In 1947, a woman joined the White House press corps and changed it forever. Her name was Alice Dunnigan.
Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, and a woman came and she changed it forever. Listen, I'm trying to keep my composure. I really do not like these people. I do not like what they stand for. I don't like their disgusting, slimy demeanor. I don't like their beady little eyes. I saw from the moment that he walked on stage, I said, look at this bald retard. I don't like this guy.
She was the first African-American woman ever credentialed at the White House.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, oh, man. The first African-American woman. She revolutionized journalism. Shut the fuck up. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Oh, yeah, the first African-American woman. And she revolutionized it. Right. Yeah. Because that's who people think about when they think about journalism. They're like, oh, yeah, this random, obscure black woman that this guy can virtue signal on. This fat, bald retard. Okay. All right.
And just a few years later, she was joined by Ethel Payne. And together, they looked the most powerful man in the world in the eye and demanded answers about civil rights for black Americans.
Oh, and yeah, that went so well.
President Eisenhower didn't always welcome those questions, but Alice and Ethel kept going and kept showing up, and they kept asking.
Yeah, basically, hey, women kept nagging. Women kept nagging. Have you taken out the garbage? Have you done this? Oh, man.
The WHCA Dunnigan Payne Award for life.
All right, let's get past this. Come on.
AP team that was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for feature photography for her coverage of President Clinton's impeachment. She also served as the White House.
It's really important. I was traveling overseas with pretty awesome. I spent most of my career down in there, so I thank all the photographers and the photojournalists who had to cover this event. So it's really pretty cool to be up here and just kind of be a guest tonight. But they were gracious enough to give me an opportunity to say some things, so I'd like to say some things. First, Ouija, Jackie, and the entire Correspondents Board, I just want to thank you guys so much for selecting me this year, me and Melissa. I hope not to get emotional here. This award means like the world to me.
Why? It's just an award.
I'm such a sucker. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just an award.
I got this. This award means so much, not because it's named for two incredible trailblazing women, but because honestly, I felt that this association didn't always, value what we did as photographers. And, there were many times that Melissa and I were the only two women in the White House travel pool, and I just have to say, things have changed, and I love it. So there's a whole lot more women out there, so yeah.
Oh, God. Unfortunately, she's right.
And I do have a couple of shout-outs. I have to thank the Associated Press for giving a chance to a young photographer so many years ago. I truly hope I made you proud.
Oh, gosh.
To my son, Johnny, oh, gosh. I practiced this and I was okay. To my son, Johnny, who's here tonight, thank you for putting up with your mom's crazy work schedule. I love you. And yes.
That's nice.
And to all my friends and colleagues that I've traveled the world with, your camaraderie, your support, and most importantly, your laughs have been absolutely the best. And in my retirement, I absolutely miss that the most. So thank you for all of that. And then finally, to all the journalists out there who are working incredibly hard to report the truth, despite access issues, insults, and subpoenas, keep...
We need more of them. They don't speak the truth. They speak lies.
It up. Your work matters, and we need you now more than ever.
No, we need to start putting you in jail more than ever. We need to start disenfranchising you more than ever. We need to start oppressing you more than ever. Because what you're doing is you are spreading lies. You are saying that your activism and your personal truth is the truth, and it's not the truth. It's not any semblance of the truth.
Thank you so much for all you do.
God, Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
ABC has been breaking barriers since its start. Innovation is in our DNA, and being part of this work has always been my goal. Although this sounds simple, to achieve this, I've always had to fight. I'd fight to go places where they didn't send women. I've
been thinking a lot about my own.
All right. I need this. Yes, okay. All right, guys. I'm sorry you had to endure nearly an hour of the most insufferable slop imaginable. But ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and salute the President of the United States, Donald John Trump, finally gonna speak and put these people in their place. Mr. President, let them have it. Listen, blood for the blood god, metaphorically speaking, of course. I want Karn to be like, oh, damn, that was a good one, okay? I want some absolute mayhem. You go scorched earth. You've got the nuclear codes. You launch it metaphorically, of course. We're not talking about literally nuking the press. But metaphorically, I want you to go scorched earth. I want you to we had to endure an hour of this to get here. Now you better go off on these people. Come on, Mr. President.
Wow, that was very beautiful, but this has not been an easy evening, all these awards. Do I have a say in those awards, all those awards? But it's great to be back at a place that I know very well because I built it. And I'm very proud of it because I built it for $2.9 billion less than the Federal Reserve building, which is a lot smaller, by the way. Figure that one out.
All right, saving us money.
But I am delighted to be here at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Amazing people, a lot of people that I like. Some I don't like it all. But I respect most of them, I must say that.
No!
Great job, amazing job, and it's an honor.
No!
As I said 3 months ago, the show must go on. We were backstage, and we both wanted to just have it go on, whether it was 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, it didn't matter. But in the end, it made more sense to do it the way we're doing it. And we had a great news conference at the White House, in a very important room. And you did very well. I think we all did very well. It was a hell of an evening, I can tell you that.
No, go scorched earth!
Won't be forgotten. And I think a lot was learned from that evening. A tremendous amount was learned about security and about other things, the dangers of what we all do. But just like my presidency, the second time is always better. It's always better. And the third time will be better yet. I'm only kidding. From the earliest moments after the attack on our dinner last April, I knew we had to reschedule this event as soon as possible. We had to do it very quickly, and we met very quickly. And we figured something out, but the attempted mass murder at the Washington Hilton, that's what it could have been, was an assault on our democracy itself. A very serious situation. Many of you were there with me, and some showed extreme bravery, like Pete Hegseth, Steve Miller, Tom Holman. Really? They were standing on
they can't even bring themselves to clap. Oh man. Hoo-wee. I do not like these people. If you wondered where my position was on these people in the media, I do not care for them. I do not care for them. I do not like them. I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like Green Eggs and Ham. I do not like the press. I don't. I do not.
Tables, and most of you were under the tables, okay? But they did. They showed. I saw every one of them that was standing up in those tables. I didn't know they were brave.
You're cowards! Look at his face! Oh, God! Look at his face! They're cowards! Oh, look at her! Can you see her back here? Look at it! Look at the top! Look at her! Look at this! Look at their face! Oh, these people! You don't hate them enough.
If they were smart, if they were stupid as hell.
Oh, God. Oh, look. Oh, God. Fatty's falling asleep. What did the quartering get invited? Is this the quartering? Jeremy, did you shave your beard?
But they were on those tables in some cases, and there were a lot of different feelings going on in the room at that moment. But after hearing the gunshots, many people yelled, "Get down, get down," which caused Nikki Minaj to start twerking. Do you believe it?
I was glad when they tossed Assange in jail. WikiLeaks lied about my company for the incident in New Baghdad. I got photos of reporters flocked over RPG's wild when you know they are lying about you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the $10 donation. Appreciate it. They said, get down, and Nicki Minaj, she started twerking. Oh, man, that's great. Thank you so much for the donation, brother. Thank you for your support. It means more than you can know. Thank you.
Get down. She's the only one that really understood what that meant. It's quite an evening. But tonight we come back together to answer that heinous attack with unwavering resolve. And every one of us here this evening to show that in America, we do not yield to political violence. We can't do that. Can't do it.
Like, look at these people. The reason they're not clapping very hard, and here's the truth, that the press, they love political violence, but only when it's against conservatives. When Charlie Kirk got shot, I bet you a lot of these people behind the scenes, I bet you they were thrilled. They're like, yes. You know how we know that? Because TMZ. You remember that moment where TMZ, the people behind the background, were cheering when Charlie Kirk died? You guys remember that? You know? These people are evil.
So in this country, we believe in freedom of speech. We settle our differences not with bullets, but with open and vigorous debate. And no deranged loser with a gun will ever change that. We can't let that ever happen. There are a lot of very dangerous people out there. We can't let it happen. I want to begin by expressing our gratitude to the incredible men and women who put their lives on the line every day to protect my family and myself, all presidents, and lots of others. That's the United States Secret Service. So I appreciate it very much. And Sean and the whole group, amazing job. Amazing job. Yeah. In recent months, they've repeatedly responded to threats with speed and professionalism and extraordinary courage, and there is no better.
Man, they're going back to Fatty a lot. I mean, he does not look happy.
Example of that, then, Officer Victor Gonzalez, who we just met. It was amazing. What he did was amazing. When the would-be assassin charged the checkpoint at speed, he was fast. You know, when you look at that, you had to look at it about 10 times before you really saw what was going on. He was quick, nasty. The gun made him nasty, actually. But Officer Gonzalez engaged the attacker without hesitation and took a bullet to the chest after his ballistic vest, fortunately, was on, saved his life. And Victor did not even want to go to the hospital for a checkup. We insisted, really, we wanted him to do it. We insisted, but he didn't want to go. So to Officer Gonzalez, Secret Service, Metropolitan Police, law enforcement generally, and even all of the militaries around us in the room tonight, we salute you and we thank you with all of our hearts. Thank you very much. Great job. Great job.
Amen.
Great job.
Amen. Yeah. Yeah, you better get up.
These are great people. So this evening we're picking up right where we left off, so let's have a little bit of fun. You know, I said, what do we do here? Is this supposed to be fun? Am I supposed to be serious? Am I supposed to be a comedian? So I guess you said maybe a little bit of everything. I know one thing, I could never have done the speech that I had ready just a short while. Oh, that was going to be a doozy. I was so psyched. I was going to rip people. And I don't know, just something changed. It's really for the better, but I just wouldn't want to do that. But we'll do a little ripping if you don't mind.
Yeah!
But it is true. I said, how do we handle this? It's going to be a different kind of an evening, and it is. And in many ways, it's a more beautiful evening, actually. Everyone's looking really good tonight, and I know it was not easy finding shoes to go along with your bulletproof vest, which many people didn't want to wear because they'd rather die than look 20 pounds heavier. You know that,
right? It's funny because they're vain. They're narcissists.
I have that a lot. They put one on me. I said, are you sure I'm not wearing this? No, you look exactly 20. They say, sir, it's about 21 pounds. I said, not good. But I want to thank the outgoing president of the White House, Correspondents Dinner Association. Now, she won't admit it, and she should not admit it, but we sort of became friendly. You know, in times of stress, on occasion, you become friendly. I have a lot of respect for Ouija, and I tell you, we went through a little bit of a war together. It turned out pretty good. It turned out pretty good because of a lot of good people. They stopped the tragedy, so I want to thank you very much. Fantastic job. And Ouija worked extremely hard to ensure this dinner was rescheduled, and we want to just thank her family. I just met her parents, her children, her husband. What a perfect family. So it's really great. Thank you very much, all, for putting up with this.
Yeah, soon to be Asmongold's family.
For putting up with this, right? But let me also thank the incoming president of the Correspondents Association, Jackie Heinrich. She can be very tough as a reporter, I will tell you. She can be nasty. She looks so beautiful, but she can be so nasty. How could that happen? But she just got married to a very successful congressman, a very good congressman. I'd like to have a couple of more votes from it. That's okay. On occasion, he shows a little independence. We don't like that. But now he's a very professional guy, and he loves our country. But that's a big thing. I just see what takes place. We're talking about what takes place to be in the position that you're leaving and that Jackie's coming into. And it's a lot of work, a lot of friendships, a lot of talent. And so, Jackie, congratulations. And congratulations are also in order for our favorite White House press secretary, Caroline Levitt, who just had her second child. You and your husband. She's great. She's done a fantastic job. We all love her. She's done a fantastic job. She's another one. She can be nasty. But sometimes she has no choice, right? But Caroline may have one of the hardest jobs in the White House. She has to deal with all of you all of the time. And you can be very difficult. You can be very, very difficult people. But I'm probably being a little bit oversensitive. Sometimes I really do think that some of you don't like me. In fact, I read a report. I get 93% negative publicity. 93. So how the hell did I win the election by so much? Think of it. I don't think that's true. I can't believe it's 93. In the 80s, maybe, but not 93. But this place is really the largest group of Trump derangement syndrome people.
It's true.
Ever put together at one time, I suspect.
Yeah.
Some of you are lucky that our last dinner was cut short because I had brought with me what would possibly have been, I'm telling you, I had something. I was going to go after you. I feel so badly doing this. It's going to be such a letdown. Oh, yay. But your lives were really in danger the last time for an opposite reason. But on the plus side, your careers were saved, and we have we really do. We have a complete and total. I love the words complete and total. They say, but it means almost the same thing. I said, it doesn't matter when you say it. It's called emphasis. It's called emphasis. But everyone is now really warming up. The new White House Military Center, drone port, highly protected ballroom. We have our ballroom. The windows are this thick. I said to the people, well, if a bullet hits, what happens? Nothing. Nothing. It bounces right off, sir. This is the greatest bulletproof glass. I said, AK-47, that's supposed to be a big one. I don't know so much about the guns. My sons know a lot. But I said, I know it's big. What would happen? They go up, meaning it can take more. I said, so if I'm making a speech and I hear that pinging sound at a window, what would I do? Sir, leave the room right away, but you can be safe. We're building something that's going to be amazing. And in light of what we went through, I think people understand it. It's going to be amazing. A phenomenal, one of the biggest drone ports anywhere in the world, right on the roof, right protecting the White House, not only the ballroom. And what's underneath, it's supposed to be a top military secret, what's underneath, but then you get sued as usual, and you have to reveal that you're building this unbelievable situation downstairs with room after room of very complex stuff. It was the military's dream to have it built. I wanted to have a ballroom because for 150 years they wanted it. And then the generals came to see me and they said, sir, you're building something. This gives us an opportunity to do something that will be so unbelievable, never happen again. Because there's very little built under the White House, very hard to build under a very fragile building like that. It's very fragile, it's old, and a little different construction standards, frankly. And this is an opportunity for us to build something very powerful. I said, let's keep it secret. They said, no, we're telling you, sir, let's keep it secret. And then we get sued and we revealed every room,
Yeah.
We told the people that did the suing, they're not good people. We told them, we said, you're being very unpatriotic when you bring a suit like this, but it is what it is. But it's really going, it's moving fast. We're ahead of schedule. We're right on budget. And it's going to be something like, I think, no country has. I just visited China. They have this magnificent room, the great room. They call it the great room. It's a great room, but what we have is going to blow. There won't be anything like it. It's going to be fantastic. And with all of the things that are going along with it for safety and security of future presidents, you know, I'm only going to be using it for about 6 months, assuming we finish it right on time. I get to use it. Somebody said, he's building it for himself. I'm building it for the future. I'm not building, I use it. Now, had I not gone down 6 or 7 stories, then in that case, I would have been able to get a couple of years out of it. But that was far more complex what we did downstairs than what we do upstairs. So we're very proud of it, though. It's going to be amazing. And I think I was just telling the whole group sitting at the table, we were talking about it. I said, I think, you know, it's White House Correspondents. So I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to use that. It's going to be very large and very beautiful and very safe. And that's what you need. So I was thrilled to see that.
I mean, Trump should have said right there, he should have said, well, I'm going to have 6 months to use it until my 3rd term. That's what he should have said. That's what he should have said.
After witnessing the attack, even Democrat Senator John Fetterman told his fellow Democrats to drop the Trump derangement syndrome and build the White House ballroom. But it's much more than that. It's something that you're going to use. I predict that you're going to end up using it, and a lot of people are going to end up using it. They're going to be as safe as you can possibly be. But despite everything that happened at the previous dinner and all of the dangers involved, I'm told that this is still the hottest ticket in town. This ticket to get in tonight, because it's a smaller room, it's a beautiful room, it's a luxury room. See those beautiful chandeliers? I can tell you everything about them if you'd like to know. See that beautiful Capitol above? See the beautiful Capitol? See everything, the brass. Those chandeliers are great. I'm looking at them saying, I wonder if I could, you know, I sold this building, and they're doing a nice job, but they're nice people. But I'll tell you, I'm looking at them saying, I wonder if I could walk out with those chandeliers, because you can't buy them. They're very special. I won't tell you the fact. I won't mention that they're Czech crystal, because I'd like to say everything's made here, but they are Czech crystal. And they are beautiful. And the Waldorf people are doing a really nice job. We're proud of them, actually, because, you know, when I left town, I was a little angry. I was a little bit angry. I was offered a nice price. I said, I'm getting out of that place. And then I said, let's make a comeback. And but I was very proud of this building. This building was hot. Remember the roadkill? But we drew the line at that, Cheryl. We said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. We love Bobby. I'll tell you, it is a piece of work. You think it is fun, but he is a very different kind of a person, I will tell you. But he has what it takes, and he's smart, and he loves the country, and he wants people to be made to feel good. You agree with that, Bobby? He wants people to feel good. And he's doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. We can joke all we want, but thank you. A lot's happened since the last time we were all together. Last month, we hosted one of the most incredible sporting events in world history 20 times. On the 18th time, I said, you know, that's amazing. I'm going to give him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And I had him up. And then he won it 2 times after that. The guy's amazing. Man. And he lost the last one by about 6 inches, if anybody watched it. So they're coming here, and it's going to be something really exciting. We have unbelievable events. Look, it's an unbelievable country. And on July 4th, we were over at the mall, and it was raining. It was supposed to be really bad again. And we had 450,000 people show
Doyle,
up, and that's
are you
a light
okay?
number.
No, Doyle is
and
not okay.
And I was told, sir, we're going to have to
Doyle
cancel
has never been okay.
This was not good. And it was drizzling a little bit, not raining very hard. And people are calling me. Friends of mine were calling me. And I got a call from Brett Baer. Brett Baer said, it's not raining. I said, where are you? I was standing at the mall, and I'm waiting to go in the White House. Then others called up. They said the same thing. And I said, you know, this is terrible. But there was lightning. Not big lightning, but you don't have to have big lightning. It takes just a little bit to do some big damage. So they said, everybody must leave. 450,000 people were forced to leave, and they left. And then I said to myself, I said, let me call up and find out what the hell's going on. And I called up, and I spoke to a brilliant young man. He said, don't worry about it, sir. We can do it in a couple of weeks. I said, you can't do it in a couple of weeks. This is the 250th birthday. In 2 weeks, what are we going to do? Say, let's go? We're going to have a redo? No. I said, I'll speak if I have to speak at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I don't care. Call them all back. They're all gone. 450,000, and most of them were in cars. They were heading back to Texas, and it was sad. And we said the show must go on. Very much like here, we said the same term, right? The show, it's a great term. It's true in life. The show has to go on. The show must go on. And I said, the show must go on. I put it out on Truth. The show must go on. And we had probably, Peter, 150,000 people come back up higher. Maybe, thank you. Let's stand up, Peter. Tell them. More, right? It might have been more, but it was amazing. It was just an amazing crowd. And actually worked out better, a little like this. It worked out better than if we had done it at the normal 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock time. It was incredible. We started speaking at 11 o'clock in the evening, but tremendous numbers of people. Thousands and thousands came roaring back, and it was a great evening. And it was a celebration. And we didn't do it the following day, and we didn't do it 2 weeks later. We did it when we were supposed to do it. It was a fantastic celebration. But I can exclusively reveal to you this evening that for the heaviest of the heavyweights, we will have sloppy Chris Christie, one of the sloppiest human beings you'll ever
Sloppy Chris Christie.
Fighting, I would say, I could mention the governor of Chicago, but I'm going to mention instead Jerry Nadler. And they're fighting for a big piece of cheesecake, big fat piece of cheesecake. Who the hell wrote that line?
Oh, man.
But it is true. And then you have a Congresswoman, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC +3. That's her 3 friends, right? AOC +3, and I watched her give that answer when she was over in Europe. It was not a good answer. If I ever gave that answer, I would be out of politics. Remember, you cannot have a 19-second wait time to answer really a very quite simple question. But we'll then have a rematch against an extreme, simple question on a foreign policy from Munich Security Conference. It was a big security conference, and this was our first time up in terms of that. And we had a sort of little preview, and then Anderson Cooper is going to fight Lawrence O'Donnell. I'm not a fan of Lawrence O'Donnell. I like Anderson, actually, because he's covered me well for many years. Then he went bad as soon as I went for politics. But for years, he loved interviewing. I did so many interviews with him, and he was great. But, you know, he's got a little different persuasion than me in many ways, actually.
He's gay.
Lawrence O'Donnell, never liked him, never thought he had any talent. But he's still making a living, so I can't knock it. But we had a contest for who had the lowest ratings and the lowest IQ on television. And that was actually Don Lemon, I think. You know, when I said that he's the dumbest man on television, I said, you know, when you say some things, you never make a comeback. It's not like, hey, Don, let's have dinner some night. But I know what I'm saying. And then you have Bette Midler and Jane Fonda actually held a concert to protest the first UFC fight. They didn't want to see the fight. Very few people want. They held an event. Like 3 people showed up. And given the choice between seeing some of the really beat-up faces of the UFC, almost everyone chose the people in the UFC. It was between the 2 of them of the UFC. And what about Bruce Springsteen? What the hell happened to that guy? He looks like hell. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not supposed to say. I'm sure he doesn't like the way I look, but I don't look so bad. But at a recent concert, Bruce, all he did was talk politics. He ought to run for office. That'd be interesting. But all he talked about, he made 4 political speeches in his 3-hour show. The tour has been renamed Bored in the USA. And his new song was so bad that Chris Christie, who's like a fan, you know, he goes out and tells everybody how he hates Chris Christie. Keep that guy out of my... And I see Chris Christie there again, high-fiving Bruce Springsteen in the aisle. And Bruce Springsteen saw him and didn't even lift his hand up. And I just wanted, because I used to be friendly with Chris. Chris, when somebody doesn't like you, write them off. Forget it. You got billions of people in the world. You don't have to make a jerk out of yourself. But usually a comedian hosts this dinner. And I think we sort of changed it. Tonight we're going to have somebody who I think is really spectacular. But I've watched comedians get up for the dinner because I have been here actually quite a few times. People don't realize. And there's one time in particular when Barack Hussein Obama hosted it. Do you know who that is? And he hit me hard. But actually, he hit me with respect. I was sitting with Melania at a table. And you had Brooklyn Decker, supermodel, at a table right next to her. And I really always will like her. She's married to a great tennis player, Andy. And she was at the table, not at my table. And I have watched this clip thousands of times. They keep playing it because they think that was the evening I decided to run for president. It was not. In fact, I loved the evening. I looked at my wife. I said, can you believe it? All these people, that's all they're doing is talking about me. I love this dinner. It's true. And Obama was nice. You know, it's amazing how things work out. He actually showed a picture of the White House with a big Trump on top. Like I put a sign. And, you know, I'm sort of doing that when you think about it, right? I mean, he wasn't really wrong. But no, he was respectful. He was good, but it had nothing to...
I mean, these people hate this. They hate this. I hope Trump goes on for another 2 hours. Ali just makes him sit there and listen.
That I wanted to make America great again. This had nothing to do with that dinner.
They're seething.
I've gotten so many calls, and for years they've been saying, was that the moment you decided to run? Really, no. I left that night. And the press was there, a lot of the same people that I see. They said, did you have a good time? Unbelievable. And some thought I didn't have, but I did have. And I always remember, though, Brooklyn. She was so angry. She was much angrier than me. She was angry. She thought they were mocking me. And they really weren't. It was just one of those things. And I had a great time. But I left, and I thought I was there 3 or 4 times before that. But I sort of thought, wow, that dinner is really something special. And then I ran. I got elected. I thought the press treated me very, very unfairly. And I don't know, I think I made the right decision because you hate to go where maybe you're not wanted, but they did want me. They wanted me for ratings and they wanted me for other reasons, but not for love. And I said, you know, I'm not going to go. First time that ever happened, I think. Was that the first time? Just about. Presidents always came. And I didn't go for 4 years because I got treated terribly by the press. In my opinion, unfairly. I know unfairly because I know the facts, but I got treated unfairly. I didn't go. And this year I was called by your president and your chairman and all of the people, and they said, we'd like to do it. And I said, you know what? With time goes by, time passes, and you sort of look at life a little bit differently. I said, let's do it. And I didn't know it was going to turn out the way it did. It turned out to be the biggest event in the history of your day. That was by far the biggest, right? For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But as I said before, a lot was learned from that evening. So much having to do with so many different things, including security. But it's an honor to do it. This is my first. I mean, I've been to it numerous times, but as president, I haven't been here. And I'm glad. And they said, would you do it next year? I said, I will be back next year. Now, if you get really, really nasty, maybe not. I don't know. But we're going to be back next year. And Coach Yankee will treat me very bad. But this year, the association decided not to have a comedian, so they considered using Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. These guys, they're terrible. They're terrible. Stephen Colbert, these are people without talent. They get a lot, they have talent. You know who has talent? Their agent, getting them the money they get. They have no talent. But they are not comedians. They're not funny people. They're angry people. They're sick people. But the association really put on a big show, and they have somebody very special. I look forward to seeing him. And so they thought about going with a professional clown for entertainment, but Adam Shifty Schiff was not available. You know, he's known, I called him, I hate some people. You know, I shouldn't say this, I'm president. I'm not supposed to hate. I'm supposed to love everybody. But he's a terrible person. He's a liar. And I called him Watermelon Head because he has the largest head I've ever seen with the smallest neck, pencil neck. How does that big, fat, ugly head stand on a little pencil neck? And then I'm told that even Rosie O'Donnell reached out from Ireland. She really wanted to be here in order to honor me. She loves me very much, and she was desperate to come back to the United States and pay her respect to Donald J. Trump. But that didn't work out, unfortunately, because nobody wanted her to come back. But she's one of the greatest sufferers of Trump derangement syndrome. She's a sick young woman, sick older woman, I guess now I have to say. So instead, we're honored to have, for entertainment, the very talented mentalist, Oz Perlman. And everything to everybody, they said, are you going to stay? I said, yeah, I'll stay. I mean, I think I'll stay. What the hell else am I going to do? I've got Iran, I've got this, I've got that, which is all going extremely well. Don't believe the fake news. You know, it's the only thing we were talking before, I said, so we've hit Iran very hard. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, 250 jets, no longer, 159 boats, good boats. In fact, I said, why the hell didn't we keep them? We could have used them. But 159, but all at the bottom of the sea. They have no radar. They have very few drones left, despite what you see. And every once in a while, they're going to set some things up, but they don't have much left. And by the way, they are talking to us right now. They'd love to make a deal. I don't think they're ready to. I don't think it's time yet, but I'm willing to listen. But they cannot have a nuclear weapon. We don't want to see Washington, D.C., or any of our cities, or Israel, or frankly, the Middle East, destroyed with a nuclear weapon, because I know the power of nuclear weapons. I see it. I get to see it. We're not going to let that happen. So this is all about, we will not let them have a nuclear weapon. And they would use it. They would use it if they had it. But Oz, I do have one question about what happened that time, because he was there. How the hell did you not see that coming? He sees everything. He sees everything. He's telling me about your grandmother and your this. Why the hell didn't you? We got to ask him that question when he gets up here. Why didn't he see that coming? But of course, this evening, it's really all about the fake news media and your handling of prizes, and writing and producing and performing made-up stories like the Academy Awards. You know, Academy Awards used to be the epitome of ratings. Outside of the Super Bowl, it got the second most ratings. Now it's down in the dumps. Nobody wants to watch it anymore because they took on Trump. They hit me all night long. They hit me. The winner is so-and-so. I want to talk about Donald Trump. I hate this man. Nobody wants to hear this stuff. Right, Peter? Nobody wants to hear it. You ever see the ratings? They used to have 48 million people. Now they have 2 people watching. But they'll learn their lesson. But I want to personally congratulate CNN's Caitlin Collins on receiving her award. It was all about me. It's a fake. She shouldn't get the award. It was a fake. But I didn't mind. I said, Caitlin, congratulations. But it was fake. There's no question about it. But she's a young, attractive woman. She never smiles. I said, Caitlin, do you ever smile? Smile. You have a nice position. You're at CNN Fake News. You should be a happy person. So smile, Caitlin. Just smile. But we attack. And I thought Caitlin had really made it big with a major new sponsorship. But then I informed her that it wasn't her on the Bud Light can, it was Dylan Mulvaney. And Dylan Mulvaney cost Bud Light $35 billion in market cap. That was the worst commercial ever made, by the way, for those few people that want to hear that. Most people don't care, but I wouldn't want to hire Dylan anytime soon. Think of it, they hired Dylan Mulvaney, and their market cap has gone down by $35 billion. Who wrote that commercial?
Oh,
And then you
man,
have
she
writer
looks like
Josh
Dylan Mulvaney.
Dawson. He also received.
She looks like a man.
No, and yet tonight he shakes my hand. He hugs me. Everything nice.
Mr. President, thank
Josh
you.
is amazing. He writes more stories than any human being.
Mr. President.
There's nobody that writes more than Josh. He'll write 4 stories
Mr.
about me a day,
President,
all different
thank you.
subjects. I mean, I had the other day 3 stories and one on the. He was upset about this. One was on page 7, 3 were on page 1. They were all written by Josh.
You made my
but he's
night.
at the big time, and he's a workhorse, and yet he's almost unhireable. You know, you hired. He's just one of these guys. Wall Street Journal's lucky to have him.
She looks like
But
Dylan Mulvaney.
Really, it's unbelievable. He's almost unhireable. CNN is also here, and I'm very disappointed they didn't bring Fake Tapper because he's had a rough couple of years, Fake has. You know, he calls me up every once in a while. If I pick it up, I pick up my phone. I used to go to this young lady. I'd say, any calls from the press? No, sir. I said, oh, now I'm the president of the United States, right? I'd say to Stephen Chung, is Stephen here someplace? Where's Stephen? He's one of the toughest human beings I've ever met. Don't ever wrestle Stephen, you'll be in big trouble. But I say, Stephen, let me ask you, did the press call? No, sir. You know, when I was a developer, I'd get a call every half an hour. For whatever reason, I always got disproportionate press. So I said, Stephen, nobody called? No, sir. 2 hours later, I say, hi, Steve, how are we doing? Everything good? Anybody call? No, sir, no press calls. I say, I'm president. Nope, they never call. So this went on for about a week. I'd say, Caroline, did the press call? No, sir, no calls. I said, nothing. It's over a week. I haven't received a call. So I said, you know what I'll do? I'm going to give the press my phone number. That was the stupidest thing I ever did. I'm getting a call every 3.7 minutes. Stephen, I don't know where the hell you've been, but the press calls, I'm getting calls, ring, ring. I was with somebody today. They said, I've never heard a phone ring as much as fresh. Now, I look at the thing and usually just delete, delete, delete. Every once in a while, it'll be one of the people in this room that I like, and I'll pick it up. Like this one right here calls me on occasion, right? She'll call me and says, hello, sir. How are you? We want to talk about some horrible subject, like a horrible, depressing subject. I say, Jackie, I don't want to talk about it. Congratulations, however, on your new marriage. But I don't want to talk about it. But it's true. And people call me now. And so for weeks I go, no calls. And I learned then that both of them, they feel that I'm doing a great job and they feel I'm above it all. And that no person, hundreds of people call, no person is good enough to talk to Trump. And so we don't even bother telling you. That's not the way it works, Caroline. You have to let me know, because sometimes I do like to speak to the press. But now I have the best system I've ever had. It rings, and just so you understand, you're much better at putting your name. Because if there's no name, I just can't do that. You know, I pick up every once in a while. Hello, I'm from Reno, Nevada. We're a startup paper. We're calling
He's still talking.
The Reno Express. I said, do you believe I'm the president of the United States? Mr. President, could I have your views on Iran?
I love the fact
and I just hang up.
Talking.
No, I get the craziest calls.
Just,
I mean,
just make him stay there.
My wife said, I can't believe you do this.
Make him stay there. Make him listen to all of it. Make him suffer through it.
Stories that are going to be fake, and I can make them from a fake story to a good story. I always find that when you don't speak to the press, you always get a bad story. When you do speak to the press, you have a shot at getting a good story. Oh, look. No, look, if I were a reporter, and let's say I'm a big reporter, I work for the failing New York Times, or I work for, well, I don't know, do they ever come to these dinners? Didn't they cancel out a long time ago? Big mistake, they should be here. But I get a call. I've always found that, you know, speaking to them, you just do better. You do better when you can, when you have the time. You speak to the reporter, you treat the reporter with respect. Sometimes now there are reporters where it doesn't matter. You can be so nice to them, it doesn't matter. You get treated unfairly. But you have a lot of great reporters where when you speak to them, you can get your point across, and that's a good thing. But some people say that Jake Tapper is a great investigative reporter in D.C., and that's why after moderating our debate, it only took him 1 year to break the story that Joe Biden might possibly have suffered from cognitive decline. It took him 1 year. He wrote a book about how great he was mentally, not too good. And I don't like Biden because Biden was very unfair to a lot of people. But Jill Biden insists that Joe would have beaten me in 2024, even though he was way down. She said he was way behind in the polls because he was seriously ahead. She felt he was going to win because he was seriously ahead on deceased voters. He was leading in the deceased crowd, and there were a lot of them. You're finding out there's a lot of them. Look at the numbers that just came out yesterday. And it's traditional that at least one or two potential presidential hopefuls.
I love making these people just sit through this. This is fantastic.
Attend the Correspondents' dinner, but many of them seem to have really chickened out. I was disappointed that Gavin Newsom Didn't show up. He didn't show up. He should be here. But I heard that he recently said that we will lose our country if we don't fight fire with fire. And to be fair, there's only one thing we know about Gavin, and that's that he definitely doesn't want to fight fire with water. He's got a lot of water, never uses. What a disaster. That should have never happened. But Gavin Newsom recently did a career-threatening, one of the worst interviews I've ever seen, where he said that he can't read a speech. He's incapable of reading a speech. He's a low IQ person. He's smarter, however, than all of the people in the room, and then he gets sued for being a racist, okay, when he said that. But he basically said he has various mental incapacities. He has difficulty in various other ailments mentally. And I'm looking at it and saying, this is the worst interview. I'm watching this interview. I said, this is the worst interview I've ever seen given by a professional politician. I've been watching politicians for a long time, mostly on the previous side, because I haven't been doing this too long. How am I doing? Not bad for the number of minutes spent. Not bad. But with Gavin, so he said that all these things, and I said, anybody running against him, all they have to do is take that one interview and you can't lose. I actually put out a statement that Gavin Newsom has come out and said he will not be running for president because nobody can say what he said about himself and survive. Newsom was in big trouble when he openly admitted that Kamala was smarter than him. She said, Kamala is smarter. If Kamala is smarter than someone, you don't want that person to be president of the United States of America. Between California's policies of enabling wildfires, paying drug addicts to be homeless, giving free sex changes to illegals, and telling rich people they're going to take away, all of your money is going to be taken away. People are fleeing, and they're fleeing in droves. We can't have that in this country. It's becoming such a horrible and dangerous location that Ilhan Omar, one of my favorites, and her brother are thinking about moving together, very much in love. The video has surfaced recently of Ilhan giving a speech referring to World War II as World War XI. And they asked her about that. She thought she got it right. But I'm not surprised because she's a low IQ person. And she's also a very dishonest person. And she ought to get the hell out of our country. She shouldn't be here. She shouldn't be in our country. She also calls her brother husband number one. Omar is reportedly being investigated for fraud. She revised her net worth. I was shocked to see that she was worth much more than $30 million. And then when the press got on her, she revised it slightly downward to less than 18,000. So she went from much more than 30 million to 18,000. And I know Democrats, and the word Democrat is something that's come into fashion. I changed the E with a U, and most people don't know that dumb has a B, so we don't have to worry about that. It's very quiet. I thought it was quite good, but I haven't gotten much credit for that. Fake news, good. Pocahontas, good. I won't say Lion Ted because he's on my side. I don't talk about past conquests, but we have a lot of them. I won't talk about it. They got a whole table full of Republicans there. They're saying, no, don't mention my frickin' name, will you please? But we've had a lot of good names. But the Democrats are there to destroy wealth, and honestly, they've gone absolutely crazy. Gavin Newsom's not only a man who really wants to run for president, he's doing a bad job running a state. You can't have somebody like a J.B. Pritzker, who I understand is not president, sadly, but some people say, never use the fat word. And I don't. I would never call anybody fat. I have my own problems. It's not like I'm perfect. Sir, in the back, don't call him a fat pig, okay? I'm sticking up for him. Don't call him you. You can't do that, sir. You can't call J.B. Pritzker a fat pig, please. All right? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Everyone's trying to figure out who is that guy, does he exist? But the nice part is when you do that, the press can't get you because I'm defending a man who obviously has a problem. Actually, he's lost a lot of weight. I saw him recently. He lost quite a bit of weight. I don't know what the hell. He's got no chance, believe me. Anything he does, the family threw him out of the business. A number of other potential Democrat contenders sadly refused to show up tonight. We invited Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren. She's referred to Pocahontas because, in fact, I had to apologize. People came up and they said, we want you to apologize to Elizabeth Warren for calling her Pocahontas. And I ended up apologizing to the real Pocahontas. But Elizabeth Warren was supposedly of Indian heritage. And then she took the test and she only had 1,024th Native American. And I said, you know what? I think I'm more of an Indian than she is. So this is what we have to deal with. But Senator Warren did not accept our invitation to debate. I wanted to debate her on various and sundry things, and she...
This is pretty funny. You go, I can't call him fat. They said, don't call him fat.
Decided not to do it. And I decided to bury the hatchet. It doesn't matter. And
yeah, these people, look at them. Look at them. They hate this. They hate this. Yes. They have to sit here and endure this. No, Sheila. Shelly Lala. She was 1,024th%. So basically, she was not Native American.
Up all over the city. They came again. I want to thank our law enforcement. I had 5 stories, 5 good. Yeah, I had a total of 7 stories on the front page of the New York Times. That's not bad. Now I average about 3 or 4 a day. All different topics, all bad, everything bad. But here we are. Here we are. In fact, when I'm finished, I'm going right back to the Oval Office. So I have to be doing okay. But we are all doing good together. That's why tonight, to show just how much I care about the press, and I want to save your ratings, I'm pleased to announce my intention to, and this is somewhat of a scoop, my intention to run for a 4th term as President of the United States. I will be doing that. I will be having an official. In fact, I think I have, I won 3 times. Now I'm going to do it again. Thank you. I'm going to do it. Should be easy. I'm getting very good at running for president. No, I won 3 times, did very well the second time, by the way. It's a rigged election, but we don't have to talk about it. You know, it's interesting, when you come back and you do a good job like we did, you don't care about it so much, but we do have to tighten up these elections because they really are in seriously bad shape. On a serious note, I want to say once again, I just want to thank you all. It's been an interesting evening. I didn't really know what to expect, and it's far worse than I actually thought, but if you want to know that. But I didn't know exactly what to expect, and I've made a lot of friends tonight. I've made a lot of good friends tonight, probably made some enemies also. But it's been an experience that is something that we've all shared together, because we're all in this room tonight because most of us went through a period of trauma from just a short while ago. And, you know, some people said they wanted to come, but they were afraid to come, and you people weren't afraid to come. There were a lot of people that said, Jackie, they don't really, you know, they didn't have the courage to come. And we don't want that to happen. And I'm sure it's not going to happen. We're going to do things. Again, I want to thank our law enforcement. Keeps us safe. All law enforcement. We have the greatest people on earth. You know, we had 2 years ago, we had the worst record of recruitment in, as an example, the military, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, Space Force. I love Space Force. Look at all that shooting we're able to do from space. That was my baby. But all of the branches of, you couldn't get people to join. This was 2 years ago. And
so
last week,
funny.
you probably saw, some of you wrote the story.
He kept the hat
we have
on.
the single
That's
best
just so
recruiting of
great.
people into our armed forces than we have ever had in the history of our country. They are brimming over with great people.
Yeah,
and that's a big statement. And that also goes for the police departments,
look at
where
them.
they were having a tremendous problem recruiting. You can't get into a police department now. If you're looking for a job, it's very tough. And that also includes our great fire departments, because people forget about them. They're unbelievable, the job they do. So I just want to thank you. Look, we're on the cusp of something big, and I call it, and this, I'm being very serious when I say this, that this is the golden age of America. We have $19.2 trillion being spent in our country. A record was China. I think it was 10 years ago, 3 trillion. Trillion is a lot. 4 years, they went less than 1 trillion under Biden. And we have 19.2 trillion. And this is a period of actually 13 months, not even current, because we're here a little bit longer than that.
Okay.
But that was as of reporting dates.
They have to sit there and
$19.2
take
trillion
it.
is being spent. Factories are coming. Toyota just announced they're going to be building the biggest car plant in the world. They're leaving Mexico. They're coming here. Tariffs did that. Tariffs did that. And maybe November 5th did that too, the election. But our country is doing things that nobody's ever seen before. And it is true. We were, and you've heard me say this, we were a dead country 2 years ago. Other leaders would see me and they'd say it's a miracle. President Xi told me that a few weeks ago in China, and he's coming here on September, I think, 24th, coming in September, the end of September, going to be exciting. But he said the same thing. The King of Saudi Arabia said it. Everyone said almost the same words. We thought you were a dead country. We never thought you had a chance. You were never going to make it back. And in a period of 1 year, you made it the hottest country anywhere in the world. We all did that together. It's not me. We all did it together. And we do. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world, and we're going to keep it going. And I just want to say, this is a room. I have tremendous respect for the people in this room. Sometimes I don't feel you treat me fair, or maybe you do. I don't know. I don't feel that, but sometimes you treat me very fairly. And I have a lot of respect for your profession. Your profession's amazing. And I just want to thank you for having me. And
awesome
it's been fun, and I've met a lot of great people. And, you know, I used an expression, and I've used it right from the beginning. I did this for one reason, to make America great again. And that's what's happening right before your very eyes. We have made America.
We got Renal MD. How you doing, Renal? Trump is doing awesome for an 80-year-old. God bless him. Absolutely. Yeah, for an 80-year-old guy. Yeah, he's amazing. Oh, Renal, I hope you didn't miss it when Trump pulled on the hat, the Trump 2028. He announced he's running for a fourth term. 4 more years. 4 more years. Oh, man. I mean, the media is just miserable.
America great again. It's going to get a lot greater. So thank you all very much. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Trump. People asked me for several months, how long is he going to speak? And I said, you're White House correspondents. So you should know, and thank you, President Trump.
Yeah, he talks a lot. Yeah, but, you know, the people deserve to be made miserable.
So this night is all about the First Amendment. Tonight was on full display. And I just want to congratulate all of our award winners again. My friend Caitlin, who has a beautiful smile, and Josh Dawsey, who is
doing damage control. Yeah, she has a smile like a deranged clown. She looks like Dylan Mulvaney.
one of the most prolific journalists of our time. That is true.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's a piece of shit, and she's a liar. Yeah, look, she's trying to come up and undo what Trump said.
Okay, now we're finally going to answer a question people have been asking since I announced he was coming to the dinner back in February. What the heck is a mentalist? The wait is over. Please welcome Oz Perlman.
What?
Give it up for mentalist, Oz Perlman. The mentalist on people's minds is Oz Perlman.
How did you get that?
Who are you thinking of at this very moment in time? Who are you going to talk to this week? Vince. Vince. Yes. Open your hand up. No.
Oh my God!
Look in your hands, Aaron.
Albert Einstein.
Is he gonna prank Trump?
I can't even host a show anymore.
That's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
The mentalist.
Who is she? It's Oprah Winfrey. Say hello to Miss Oprah. Winfrey.
All right, let's go. Most of you TED Talk.
What is the stock I'm thinking? Disney is about to roll out
ridiculous.
a streaming service.
No.
Wow.
If there's something freaky in here, I'm better heck out of here. I'm out.
How the fuck are you doing that?
You're at the top of your game, dude.
Barack Obama's who just thought of
Get the fuck out of here. How is that possible?
Mind blown again.
I know we're on TV, but this is crazy.
I'm done. That is nuts!
All right.
Oh my God. Oz, you're amazing.
Oh my gosh!
You're a genius. Fakes to Jamar, throws to Tanner.
That's literally insane. It's like shattered my worldview. I have to rethink how I think about everything.
Please welcome to the stage, Oz Perlman.
Oz Perlman.
There we go. Folks, what an honor to be here among such distinguished guests, cabinet members, the president. He made an announcement, I just heard, that he will be attending next year's event. I thought he was going to be speaking until next year, actually. I'm kidding. Folks, I have to give a shout out, honestly, 3 months ago to the heroic bravery of the Secret Service and law enforcement who kept us all safe. Please, everybody. I felt truly blessed that day to go home and be able to kiss all my kids, and yet cursed that every single day since, everybody I meet, including now the President of the United States, goes, if you're such a good mentalist, why didn't you see that coming? Everyone in here, your words that you broadcast and speak influence minds all around the globe. So all of you, hold up your left hand and picture a globe in your left hand. Good. So that's gonna be your other left hand. The guy is wasted right now. Secret Service, code yellow, cut him. No, I'm kidding. That was not, I just saved your life. Everyone, imagine at this moment, you spin that globe and you stop anywhere random. Bam, go for it. Follow me with the mic. Let's go over to somebody. Let's go to this gentleman whose body language is saying so desperately, not me. Everyone thinks it's fake. I watch this on TV. I think it's fake. Sir, right over here, have we ever spoken a word in our life? Red bow tie, aggressive play.
No.
Okay. What is your name?
Steve.
Steve, hold up. They love you, Steve. Steve, did you just spin a globe and go to a random place?
Yes.
Hear me out, folks. In a few months, Steve will forget the random place because there's no meaning. But no, listen to me. And then a year from now, you'll say, who was the guy we saw last year? I cannot have you forgetting me by next year. I'm gonna be the show you talk about for years to come. So everyone, I don't want a random place. Everybody, give it another spin. Follow me. Everyone give it another spin. I want eyes to light up. I want butterflies in your stomach. Everybody stop on one spot. And I wanna see a big smile. I wanna see excitement in your eyes. That guy just winked at me. I don't know why. Follow me with the mic. Right over here, this gentleman with a perfect head of hair. They're gonna hold the mic. They're gonna help you out. Tell us your first name.
First name is David.
David, stand up, please. Give him a hand for helping me out. Give him a hand.
I don't know what this
David,
is.
I don't know the future. I'm not a psychic. I would have called that 3 months ago. I read people. Hold up your hand. Try not to react. South America, North America. Look down again. #1 place in the world. You'd love to go. Look at it again. But this man dreams big, but you haven't been there. Look at that place one more time. Look at me. Yeah, that's the smile I wanted to see. Asia, Africa, Antarctica, too cold for you. Turn your back so I can't see you and you can't see me. Close your eyes for me, David. Close your eyes. David, was there any hesitation in your mind? Were you on the fence? Look, the shift in the posture, the weight on the right foot. Close your eyes. My boy just changed his mind. Come on, David. He just said in his head, he goes, if I'm not paying, I'm going big. There's a passport involved. David, keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. What was the place when I said spin it? Stop right there. Where did you want to go? Tell us.
Taj Mahal.
What? Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
That's why I said you shifted your balance. Have you been there before?
Never.
I'm so curious. Let me ask you a question. You never know how this works. Did you change your mind?
No.
Were you thinking initially of a place and you go, I've been there, so it's too obvious, and at the last moment you changed? What was the first place you thought of?
Big Sur, California, where I just visited.
And then Taj Mahal was the layup. There it is right there. What did you think of after that? I saw you chilling, relaxing. Was there another place you were thinking of?
Great Wall of China.
Okay, close enough. I'll take Big Sur. Turn around. Maybe you're just drinking Fiji water. I'll take it. I'll take it.
He got it wrong. Oh, embarrassing.
Pop in your head?
Fiji came at one point, I will say. Fiji did come at one point.
This guy's like, I'm going on an all-expense vacation. I'm doing a world tour here.
Oh,
I can think of one
massive fucking L.
place. That's fine. That's fine. Have a seat for me.
You got it.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. What happens if somebody lies in my show? Right? What happens if somebody lies in my show? And this room never lies, so there's no chance. Watch this. I need to put some skin in the game. Right now, if I lose, what happens? Nothing. I already got paid for the show. Let's come out in this crowd. Raise your hand if you have any cash on you. If you have any money on you, raise your hand.
Oh, this is painful.
What is this? All the cabinets broke? What's going on?
Bring Trump back.
Where's that super PAC money? Follow
4
me.
more years.
I'm going,
4 more years.
I see the name tag. I don't have to read mines. Acting Attorney General.
Gosh,
Let's go to this
this
gentleman.
is so bad. This is so bad.
Introduce yourself, please.
Pardon me?
Tell us your first name.
You don't know my name?
I know it, but it seems fake if I know, Todd. I can say it. Stand up. Give him a hand, everybody, for helping me out. Todd,
Who
just
is
tap
this
on the
guy?
mic.
I
Let's
don't
make sure
know.
it works. Are you a money clip or a wallet kind of guy? Don't take it out.
No, neither. It's like it's more like a wallet.
Okay, it was a multiple choice. That's okay. Do you know, and I always ask this question because you never know. You're going out. Cash isn't as common now. Do you know exactly how much is in there or you're not sure?
I'm not sure.
I like that, right? Hashtag baller.
No.
I want you to count it, but hold on. Do it under the table so there's no way I could see. Under the table, and move away with the microphone.
If he gets this wrong, I just end the show. If he gets this wrong, end the show.
I picked the right guy. Stand up. Lie to me. Don't tell me how much money you really have. Make up a lie. Make up a lie. Lie to me. How much you got?
130.
I would have said if you're going to dream big, Todd.
That was dreaming big.
Folks, I notice patterns. And I can't explain why, and this is not a stereotype, but when I do this with men versus women, they lie differently, and I don't know why that is. It's not a gender stereotype, but for some odd reason, statistical analysis, women will prefer to use a number smaller than the amount they actually have on them. I don't know why. Men like to lie by saying things are bigger. No examples. You didn't laugh at that joke, Todd. Joke was hilarious. Bingo! My acting attorney general just lied too big. Here's the question to ask yourself. Cover your eyes. How could I know something he didn't even know? I'm gonna show you over here. I'm gonna show the president. President's still admiring the Czech crystal, I'm noticing. Those are beautiful chandeliers, sir. Open your eyes. How much you got, Todd?
$85.
$85, everybody!
All right.
IRS conducting a forensic audit as we speak on you, sir. Do you know the gentleman standing in front of you, sitting in front of you?
I met him tonight.
Okay. You seemed happier than he did. That was a weird response. Tell us your name. My name is Tom. Tom, hold out your hands flat if you don't mind, like a pancake. Take any one of those bills out for me, Todd. And I want to create a moment in this room for Todd and Tom that you will never forget. Flip the bill over for me, and I want you to remember this White House Correspondents' dinner.
I will.
Todd is like, I should have brought more cash. Turn to face him, please. And what I'd like you to do here is you're going to be his table. You could sit if you want, but that's okay. Okay. I want you to take, and I want you to sign it. Go ahead.
Oh man, this is.
And then hold it up so everyone can see the federal offense you have just committed. He just clearly lost the Senate confirmation hearings on camera. I'm teasing you, Todd. Todd, did you sign that bill?
I did.
I don't know what you're smiling over here, Tom. You're an accessory to the crime, sir. Okay. This is the acting attorney general. I want you to take that bad boy, fold it in half, please. Fold it again, and I want you to recount the moments that just happened under oath in court. Did you touch that bill, Todd?
Yes.
Did Tom touch the bill?
Yes.
Did anyone else ever touch that bill, sir?
I'm sure someone else did, but not tonight.
Okay, well, statute of limitations. I want to make sure nobody ever wants to touch it in the future. Fold it in half, fold it again. Sit on it. He just confirmed with his wife, and he didn't even go right or left cheek, he went dead center. That's a man who takes no chances. I'm gonna ask every one of you in this room a question. Here's what I'd like you all to do right now for me. Journalists, accomplished people who like to get to the bottom of things. I want everyone to take a deep breath in, and I want everyone to give me a nice strong exhale out. And I want you to close your eyes and visualize that sitting across from you. I have this question I'd love to ask you. I say, if you could interview, in this room I call it interview, sometimes I say have dinner, break bread, ask questions. If you could interview somebody famous, but let's make it hypothetical, dead or alive, past or present, anyone that's ever lived, it's a fascinating question. And I want you to visualize, that's the key, is not just see it in your mind, but see that person sitting across from you. Open your eyes, nod your heads if you've already done it. Nod your head. Some of you are quick on the draw.
Yeah, this is pretty tough to watch.
Given the fact it's, I think, 3 a.m. at this moment. I lost track of time. If you haven't yet done it, crunch time, everybody. 3, 2, 1, done. Wake up. Everyone, give me a big clap over your head if you can see your person clear as day. Give me a big clap. All right, follow me with the mics. We're gonna go rapid fire here. Follow me with the mics. Follow me, follow me. Come on over. Give me another clap. I like the fact that this gentleman right over here, can we see him? We're gonna point over. Looked at me, distinctly looked at me, clapped, nodded, then shook his head. I don't even know what that means.
I saw you coming.
You saw me coming?
Yes, I did.
And you're like, what do I do? How do I avoid him even though I'm sitting in the front row?
Push my wife in front of.
Push your wife. I love chivalry is not dead. What's your name?
I'm Ed.
Ed?
Yes.
Parents nailed it. You look like an Ed. I think that's perfect. Have we ever spoken a word in our life ever?
We have not.
Stand up for me, Ed. Now, if I go head to head, toe to toe with Ed, I don't think it's good enough. It's not good enough. The more people I can do this with, the more impossible it becomes. Give me some more claps. Follow me with the mic. Follow me with the camera. Follow me with the camera.
Oh, gosh.
Follow me. Come on over. This was an incredible smile. Arms extended. She threw in a belly.
All right, guys. All right. I'm calling an audible. I mean, this is painful. Yeah. This guy is dying out here. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. So, yeah, we're going to wrap things up for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. We got to listen to Donald Trump. He made some jokes. We had some laughs, and yeah, that's going to do it. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was tough. That was tough. It is over, though. It is over. Thank goodness. All right, and yeah, we're going to wrap things up. We're going to wrap up the show. I feel like shit, but I wanted to come on here and do this. I feel terrible, but we're going to wrap up the stream. I want to thank each and every one of you who donated, who financially supports the channel. I want to thank everyone who came in here and, gave of your time. And I'm going to wrap things up quick because I got to run to the bathroom.